Hello, everyone. You better keep on watching, or else bats may not have the best awakening. Okay, guys, enough of being an idiot. Welcome to the third episode of Evilzombies Lair. I'm Zombie, and we are going to have a good time today. The main topic is going to be about game recording software, if you're into that. If you're into recording gameplay for YouTube like I am, or you want to do it for something else, or you're trying to do screen capturing, or anything like that, or even just trying to find a good software to just capture your webcam. If you're trying to find anything like that, that's the main topic today. I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about a couple upcoming movie that came out recently, some anime that came out. Oh, it has to do with Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super that came out last Saturday, and also an upcoming movie for next year. Then another anime recommendation. We're going to talk about some security software for your phones and some majorly huge hard drive sizes that are coming out soon. So stay tuned, guys, and let's see if you can figure out what our transition noise for today is going to be. That is what we're going to be using today to transfer between sections. So let us jump right into this, guys. Okay, so something big I have been up to recently. I am really excited about this. I've actually made a website for our social media so that we can connect with, well, pretty much all of the YouTube, all of the podcast stuff, the Twitter, everything is going to be connected now via the website. If you want to just get to it like that, so you don't have to go find each subject or go to the YouTube and then find it through there. But now you can just go to the website and all the videos, it'll just update as I post them. And what's it called? You don't have to go through iTunes or your SoundCloud catcher if you don't want to get to the podcast, because you can get them on there now too, on the website. I made it through Wix. Just wanted to make it because why the hell not? I can, you know? So the website address for that is evilzombie123.wixsite.com/evilzombies lair. If you're watching on YouTube, then I'll put it in the description. I think I can put it in the description on Wix. I'm not sure if it'll show up in iTunes, but I'll put it in the description anyways and see if it'll let me. So either way, we're good with that. And another piece of just fun personal news from earlier this week, or I guess late last week. After I had already done a recording, last week we celebrated my daughter's birthday, and I gave her her first Linux laptop. And get this, I used Ubuntu, which is like a light version of Ubuntu for really old systems, because this was like an XP machine, but it runs flawlessly now, and it runs pretty fast when I put on Ubuntu. When it had XP on it, it still ran like a slug. So I was like, no, I'm going to get her a school laptop, because I can't afford anything. I'm paid minimum wage. So I can't afford a good laptop for her right now. So I put together a really well-working Linux-based system with educational games, serious parental control settings on the browser, lots of control. I've put on lots of security software, so nothing can get in, nothing can touch her on it. Yeah, she's safe on it. She has everything she needs for school for years if she needs it. And she was excited because she loves technology. Much like me, I guess. Like when she was 2 years old, no, when she was 3. When she was 3 years old and I was over in the Philippines with her, it was almost Christmas time and she knew it. And when it started getting closer, she would lean over into my ear and whisper, "Laptop." And I'm just like, oh, this is an expensive child. Well, I gave her, when she was that little, I gave her one of the little toy laptops, you know? Like the Barbie laptop that does the simple educational games, things like that. But she enjoyed that anyways, and now she has a real one, so I'm very happy about that. And I get to teach her how to do Linux. She'll be able to get any job she wants in the future. Oh, it's awesome. She's a smart little thing. So cute. Okay, so moving on. Also, I was gonna test out the audio interface for you guys and then show you the difference a little bit, tell you about it, but it hasn't arrived yet. I'm still waiting for it to arrive. The seller only he didn't give me the option to do 2-day shipping, so I've had to wait for UPS SurePost, and screw that. Okay, so UPS Ground is not their lowest one. UPS SurePost is their lowest one, apparently. And that one entails UPS delivering it via ground, of course, to your local post office, dropping that off, waiting one more day, and then dropping it off at your house. So it's not in town. It's just at my post office. I'm not sure which one, though, because I have a couple of them here in town. So we gotta wait. It was supposed to arrive. It's like 4:30 a.m. right now. It arrived last night in Lancaster, or no, yesterday. Yesterday during the day, and I have to wait for it to arrive today, this afternoon, for it to arrive here at the house. So I did order the UMC 202 HD, which is from Behringer, and it's supposed to be a very good, what's it called, audio interface, and that really should pick things up a bit, guys. I'm excited about that so much. And if you can't tell, I'm using a NW700 microphone right now. It's connected to a phantom power supply, and then I'm connected to a USB, just a little USB audio interface, the one that came with my Logitech G430 headphones. So I have plugged into that, and that plugged into my computer. And that is okay, but it's not the best, because it still does have quite a bit of line noise, and I have to remove that in editing. I'll remove that in Audacity afterwards. Okay, so we're switching over from personal updates over to subtopics. I love that. I love that. I'm going to try and make that more of a theme in the coming times. Okay, so multimedia news. This is where I talk about movies and stuff. What I'm going to be going over this time is me and my sister actually went and saw the new It movie. My wife doesn't want to see that because she doesn't like scary movies that much. She's okay with bloody movies, just not scary ones. But we watched the new It movie, and it was so freaking fantastic. We loved it. I mean, the new actor, I was really I'm not going to give away any spoilers, don't worry. But the new actor, he really nailed it. I mean, he was creepy. I was really thinking that I was going to be disappointed at first when it wasn't Tim Curry that was going to be it, you know? Or I just kept on thinking, how is this guy going to live up to a legend, you know? Because the guy was so good before. But this was a really good actor. He fit the part. He was menacing, disturbing, creepy, and he just pulled it off. And the budget went to all the right places. The movie came out fantastic. I loved it. But we are looking forward to the next one that will come out at some point next year, hopefully, or in the next couple of years. Because this isn't really that big of a spoiler, because of course they're not going to fit a book that size into one movie. It would ruin it. They would have to cut past so much crap. And if you're watching on the video, you'll see I'm pausing every once in a while. That's mostly just because I don't want to be coughing in your ears right now. So I pause it, cough, snort, sniff, whatever the hell I'm doing. And then I keep on going. But yeah, this is based on like the kids half of the movie. Then the next half is going to be the adult half of the movie, and that's basically the same thing that happened with the originals. But this time, this is based on the book and not based on the movies. So they're covering a lot more, and it works really well. Okay, so moving on to the next multimedia news. I don't know if you watch anime or not, but Dragon Ball Super. That 1 hour special that they've been advertising for months, it finally came out last weekend, and holy hell, I haven't been this excited about a Dragon Ball Z battle or Dragon Ball battle at all since the Frieza Goku fight. It's been built up that much, if not more. It's been like 2 months of them saying, "Hey guys, this is going to be a great special. You need to watch this." This had like a bigger budget than the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods movie. And it was just so spectacular. I won't give away anything on it. The animation was spot on. And you get so much in these 2 episodes. It's basically episode 109 and 110. And it came out so good. There was so much good fighting scenes. I can't think of any downsides to this at all. I loved it. It was fantastic. Okay. So now we're moving on to anime recommendation for the week. Well, I guess I don't need a section change. This is kind of multimedia. So yeah, guys, Outlaw Star is my recommendation for this week. Last week it was Escaflowne. This week I'm recommending Outlaw Star, which is one of those really good and really popular 90s animes that came out around the same time as Rurouni Kenshin. Oh no, yeah, around the same time as Rurouni Kenshin or Cowboy Bebop, or when Dragon Ball Z was at the height of popularity. It came out around that time. And it's one of those anime, one of those really legendary ones that everybody that watches it loves it. So trust me when I tell you, go buy it or go watch it on Crunchyroll. Find a way to watch this anime, because it's good. It will not let you down. It's just enjoyable all around. You'll love it. But yeah, Outlaw Star is my recommendation for this week. If you want to see what other anime I have seen, if you want to see the list, go to myanimelist.net/profile/evilzombie123. Yes, everything with me is going to have something to do with Evil Zombie. Even the website is Evilzombies Lair. Okay, so now we are actually moving on to the tech news. Kudos for anyone who actually guesses what that's from. And I'm really dating myself with this one. I'm old. Shut up. I have 2 kids. 2 kids, got my degrees, all that stuff. Okay, so moving on to tech news. You know me, I'm a little bit paranoid when it comes to my security. I don't like people seeing what I'm doing on my phone. I don't do anything bad. I just don't like people watching me. And I don't like the idea of the government just being able to take my information, or websites being able to take my information. I don't like it. If anyone's going to take my stuff, it's only with my permission and complete knowing about it, you know? And I do listen to the Bandrew Says podcast, and he has even said several times, this is kind of a quote from him: if you're using a free product, you're not using a free product, you are the product. Which makes complete sense, and I agree with him in every respect of that. With everything that states, I agree with that, because they do make money somehow, and all companies are going to try and make money on you somehow, no matter what. So it's good to save your information and keep it separate from those sites, or else, because they're going to be using it and stealing your information, using cookies, and they're going to sell it to advertisers. And by using their site, you agree to the terms and conditions for them to do this. Which brings me to my point that we need better security software on our phones, because we're on our phones looking up stuff all the time. Okay, so I have a couple recommendations of things I actually use all the time on my Android. And there's at least a browser that you can use on your iPhone or iOS device, but I don't have an iPhone or an iOS device. I'm an Android guy. I mean, this is my Note 4. I'm just an Android. Oh, you can't see it, but people listening in, I'm holding up a Note 4. That's about all I can say about that, because I can't show you. But yeah, I have a few browsers and different tools you can use to help ensure your safety. Okay, so the first thing I use is called Orbot. And it's a program where you start it, and it just runs on top of your internet connection, and it changes the IP address that people will see with traffic going in, and gives you a different IP address for traffic going out as well. So any third parties that are trying to look at what you're doing, they're not going to see your phone. They're not going to see your IP address. They're going to see someone in Switzerland downloading something or looking at a website, and then they're going to see someone in Germany searching out for something else. They're not going to see your IP address. It's going to be much harder for them. If they really want to dig for it, then they'll probably get through and find it, but at that point, it's like, why even bother stopping them, you know? Because if they're that good, they can get it anywhere, probably. They know what they're doing. But against the general person trying to gather your information, this works just fine. So Orbot is what I use to change the IP address and mask that. Kind of like how the Tor browser works. And then I use DuckDuckGo as my search engine for it, underneath the Orfox browser. And that's pretty much the safest browsing setup you can have for your Android phone. Orfox is actually a pretty good browser. It's not too bad. It works pretty fast. And then the DuckDuckGo search engine doesn't store your cookies like Google or Yahoo would, or MSN, or heaven forbid you use Bing. How dare you, you sick person. Because Bing. It sucks. Okay, but yeah, Orfox is actually a pretty good browser when you use DuckDuckGo with it, because it's actually a fast search engine. It gives you pretty good results, and you can search a lot of crap. But yeah, with those, and it's also good to wipe your internet history, your cookies, or just extra random crap that your phone stores, much like your Windows PC would. Because your Android will store files over time, like internet files and stuff, and it's hard. And if you don't know how to clean out those cookies, download CCleaner. That's my recommended program for that. CCleaner is basically crap cleaner, it cleans all the crap out. And it's easy for you to use. It tells you how much memory is used by each thing. It's a good way to find out how you're using your data, or how you're using your device's storage capacity in total. It's a great program, it's free, and I highly suggest it. Just keep yourself safe. Don't let people pull from your phone so that they can send you advertisements based on what you look on, because that's not cool. And the last, well, no, there's two more. Another one is Avast Internet Security. There's a free version on the phone, and it's just good to have an antivirus. So it tells you if a site is safe to visit or not, if you're going to get pop-ups or spam or something like that from a website if you're trying to go to it. It'll just pop up and say something like, hey, this site's trying to get into your computer. We're not letting you go through right now. And that's about it. It's pretty safe. It works. If you download a program from a third-party source and you're going to install it, and if it's not trusted, if it actually does show sections of code in it that act like malicious software and will do things without you knowing it, it tells you. It's like, hey, this is not quite a trusted software. This is going to do something shady. So Avast pretty much stops that for the most part. I mean, I like it. I love it. It's awesome. I want some more of it. Okay, and I can't remember the last one. For some reason, I don't have it on my notes. But yeah, iOS devices. As for iOS devices, I would suggest the Onion browser. Don't use Safari. Don't use Chrome. Use the Onion browser. It's in the Tor network, and it works pretty well. I haven't seen any complaints about it. Oh, I know what the other one was. It's actually for both iOS and Android, but I'll talk about that in just a second. It's called Signal. But yeah, the Onion browser, I would highly suggest that for your safety, for your security, so you're not storing up cookies in there. Yeah, because you will still store temporary files in your iOS device, even without you knowing. This is how phones work, and these are made by people who like to make money. So, yeah, get with the act. But yeah, the Signal messaging app is something I would suggest for both types of devices. Basically, if you and another person are using Signal, then all your messages are encrypted. And it works pretty well. If they don't have Signal, oh, dang it, I bumped the microphone. If they don't have Signal, then it's not going to be encrypted, of course, but if they do, then it is, and no middleman is going to take your information from you. No middleman is going to go in and try and pull out your information for your accounts or anything like that if you text something like that, a password. I need to breathe. I've just been talking without breathing. I get excited. But yeah, because someone actually has recently tried to get into my email accounts, tried to get into my bank accounts. I've gotten multiple messages from my bank saying, hey, your account's locked out. Someone tried to enter the password too many times and failed. And it wasn't me, obviously, because I was just over at the store and I noticed all these notifications pop up from all my accounts. So I locked that shit down. And I do have another program that I would suggest for your computer that I will talk about next time, if you're interested, about storing your passwords in a safe program that's encrypted that requires a password just to get into. But I will talk to you about that next time if you're interested, so please tell me in the description below. A little more tech news. Now get this. Western Digital made a 14 terabyte hard drive. A hard drive for enterprise use. 14 terabytes. 14 freaking terabytes. That's huge. I mean, I'm using a 1 terabyte hard drive in here on top of my 128 gigabyte solid state drive, and that's still lasting me a decent amount of time. My 3 terabyte external hard drive up on top is actually a beast, and it's been handling everything for a couple of years now. But 14 terabytes? Man, that's a big freaking hard drive. But if you haven't guessed, of course, solid state technology is catching up pretty soon, and it's going to pass it. Which brings me to the next part of tech news. Samsung has already basically developed, and they're working on, a 16 terabyte solid state disk. Now, of course, the speculation is that this is going to cost somewhere around $5,000 to $7,000 when it comes out. But 16 freaking terabytes in a solid state drive. You don't even need a boot drive after that. Just install that and you're good to go. Everything runs fast. Good job, you know? 16 freaking terabytes. Can you imagine that? I would have all the anime on there. All the anime would be stored. I would not need any more places to store my anime. Yeah, that I'd probably use up the entire storage too, which is actually kind of sad. But I might be able to install my entire Steam library then, which is something that has not been done to this day. Because there's a lot of freaking games on there. I think I'm up to like 160 or 180 games or something on there by now. But, yeah, 16. Oh, that just sends chills down my spine. I love it. Someday I will have a hard drive like that. In like 10 years when those are the cheap, small hard drives. Okay, guys, so now we are moving on to the main topics. When get to play. There we go. Okay, so we are going to move on to the main topics. Game recording software, screen capture software, things like that. Now, there's three basic ones, of course. Like, the best ones would probably be Bandicam, Fraps, and XSplit. Hands down, those are the most popular ones, and they probably work the best out of everything on the market. I'm going to basically tell you my views on them and some of the stuff that they can do, and why one of them is probably a better choice for most people than others. Now, XSplit is actually a pretty good program. Nothing against it. For live streaming, it can't be beat. I mean, unless you're really good with OBS, which is another pretty good software for streaming, but it's just, no, unless you're really good with OBS and really well versed, just stick with XSplit because it sets up your overlay for you pretty easily. You can adjust the sound balancing between system and microphone. You can share it between multiple, you can do like social networking posting on it. You can do all kinds of crazy things with it. And it's actually a pretty good little program. It does have the ability to just record, and it can also save the recording of videos you do a live stream of, which if you do it to Twitch, then you can upload the live stream video later to your YouTube if you want to. Or you can just do a restreaming service like I do and just go to both at the same time live. That's what I always do. But you can have the file saved in whatever quality format you want. But remember, to do anything above 720p and certain amount of quality level, then you have to pay for it per month. You have to have a membership for it to make that work. Now, for Bandicam, you just buy it and then you're good to go pretty much. Now with Fraps, you buy it and you're good to go pretty much. But those two aren't live streaming softwares. For recording, XSplit is actually pretty good, but it has kind of limitations. I can't really show you on here right now because you're just looking at my gorgeous face if you're watching or listening to my sexy voice. Okay, I'll stop being an idiot. But yeah, XSplit, for getting you by at 720p, if you want to do it for free, then you can at least, it's a pretty good option for doing it for free if you can't afford to buy one of the other softwares right now, or the membership to XSplit, because then you can do it for 720p for free, and it works pretty well. I mean, I haven't seen any complaints on videos I've uploaded using XSplit. But with Bandicam and Fraps, it gives you a little more options. Fraps, I don't think it can do overlays. I haven't figured that one out yet. It's been a while since I've used Fraps, so maybe an updated version can do video overlays. But I really haven't tested it out myself, so I don't know. I just know Fraps gives you absolutely flawless video. It gives you lossless capture on it with audio and video, and it comes out beautiful. The downside is it will eat up your memory like crazy. And if I'm going to get that kind of quality, I just want to use something like Bandicam, because Fraps is kind of resource heavy. So I'm going to use Bandicam, which already does the video overlay for me, and it gives me a separate WAV file for the audio tracks also, if I choose to. And you can choose the video quality level, the game quality recording level, just set it to 100, and you can choose all the audio settings, like what bit rate you want it to go at, and what sampling rate you want it to record at, and it works really well, and I'm happy with it. I mean, it just gives you more options. I'm actually recording this whole video right now in Bandicam using the third option, the capture device option. And there's also a nifty trick you can do with it where even if the game crashes, it won't ruin your recording because you can do like the screen capture one and just make it full screen and run the game in windowed mode at your full resolution. And even if the game crashes, it just records the desktop and your file's still good. That's just a cool little loophole that is actually really good. I learned that part from Jacksepticeye because he confirmed this works. And I was really happy about that. It became pretty much my favorite recording software because some indie games, they're not up to snuff and they will crash at some point because they just not made that well sometimes. They don't have the budget behind them to make them flawless, you know? But it works really well for what it is. It's a program that records your screen and puts a video overlay on whatever corner you want. You could even choose the percentage of the screen that it covers. I normally do like 22% because it seems like a good balance for me. But yeah, I think that will bring us actually to the end of everything. So we're going to do our little sound one more time. There we go. I'm actually going to try and get a soundboard at some point for that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This brings us to the end of our episode for today. If you enjoyed it and you're watching on YouTube, please press like if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you hated it, of course. If you watched it all the way through, you probably liked it, so thank you so much. And also leave a comment in the description below. Tell me about what you like, what you hate, what you want to see, what kind of topics you're interested in about. If you have any questions, I'll answer them next time, or I'll answer them in the comments below. I live on the YouTube Creators app. Also, if you're listening on iTunes or a different podcatcher, give me a 5-star rating and leave a comment if you can, because I'll be checking. I love hearing from you guys. I really do. Give me suggestions if you want. Visit the website, which is in the description below, and tell me what you think about it in the comments here, so that I can tell. There's also a comment thing on the website, but check out the website. Tell me what you think. Tell me if it was decent, if it's worth the time. I want to see if it helps you guys out at all, if it's really fun. Trying to make it the best I can. If anyone has any open source music that they want to play on it, tell me. I could probably get something like that working on there. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Subscribe and follow this so you can get updated every Friday about podcasts. And if you're watching on the YouTube, every Monday and Wednesday, also at 7 a.m. Pacific time, I upload game videos or tutorials on how to do things. I think my most popular video is probably that popcorn one. I made like a how to make movie popcorn, and somehow that stayed the top video forever. So I'm like, yay, popcorn! Americans are all fat. Yes, we are. But other than that, guys, yeah, have a good one. Keep being awesome. Keep being you. I will see you next week.